Hello and welcome back to Operations with Void. I'm your host, Forgotten Void, and this week we will be using the battleship Richelieu in Aegis. For Richelieu, it's a fast battleship, not much armor, so it has nice 32mm plating all around, so it eats a lot of HE damage. And then it has a low battery of only two turrets of 4 guns with only 380mm guns. So it's a little bit below average for tier 8 battleship, but it does have an all-forward gun format, so you can do the bow tanking. And since it's 32mm bow, only Yamato can overmatch it. And since we're running Aegis, in ops in general, you're only going to find something in that overmatched Newport. So 6 out of the 7 ops you will not, or 7 out of the 8 ops, you won't have to worry about it. Yeah, there's 8 ops, sorry. There's 9 ops including Wolfpack, but so 7 out of the 8 ops you can get into, you don't have to worry about overmatch. On to Aegis. Aegis, people tend to not like it. I don't remember, is Aegis or Newport? One of those two was the first operation put into the game. I think it was Aegis was the first operation put into the game. Anyways, with the recent changes, Aegis people don't like it because now you don't have someone always taking a destroyer and going up the north route and making it easy. The northern route being the previous video, which I ran Udachi in. And since you generally don't have a destroyer doing the route and just going up and taking care of the second spawn wave early, it's become a lot more difficult. That plus everything is more health, and the cruisers from the escorting cruisers have also sped up. Used to they would go the same space as the convoy ships that they're escorting, but now they go twice as fast. That still hasn't been fixed. Anyways, so with this, we will show how we run a battleship in Aegis. And here we are going into Aegis. I do find it neat that they have a Shimakaze as the showcasing ship for this map. It is a PvP map as well, so it makes sense that they have a ship that you can't bring into operations in here. And the first operation they built using a PvP map. But yeah, it's a nice. Then we'll eventually see Shimakazes in ops, maybe. That'll be fun. Or was that not a Shimakaze and that was what's it? Akizuki, the tier 7 Japanese. It might have been. Well, no, Akizuki wasn't in the game for that long. Anyways, enough about that ship. That's at the beginning. Here we're going to focus on the Richelieu. If you notice, I went ahead and activated my speed boost. Oh, we already see the Mutsu. We're going to go in and take a shot. The reason for this speed boost is we want to get down away from there. So a cruisers can make use of the smoke screen. Heavy cruisers sit more or less behind the smoke screen or in the back of the smoke screen when it starts early like this. Mines counts as a heavy cruiser for its 8.4 kilometer concealment in smoke. Terrible. Absolutely terrible for light cruisers. But anyways, heavy cruisers sit in the back, or bad concealment cruisers sit in the back. Light cruisers can use smoke. Battleships, on the other hand, should not really stick in. I guess Zeiton can go in there. Something with decent secondaries, like the Gneisenau is trying to do, can sit in smoke. But if you're doing that, then you cannot use your main guns because you'll be spotted if you do. So you will be a secondary ship, only ship. So that's why I specifically say Zeiten, because it has really good secondaries. I guess Gneisenau has decent secondaries as well. All 128s, if it's full upgraded with good reload too. But that Gneisenau is not doing that. Instead, he's going to go get himself burned down. So what we're doing is we're getting around to get the flank. Okay, maybe he'll survive. And you know, I kind of want to shoot at the ships far away, but French dispersion means I'm probably not going to hit, so I'm waiting, making sure my guns are loaded. I think we're going to go for the Akizuki first. Are we? Yeah, even though I don't have manual secondaries, I still have the habit of manually doing secondaries. So the first shot out is AP, because that's what I had loaded. And a battleship, the wrong shell choice is still better than no shell. Now with that, Akizuki's dead. So now that I have HE loaded, I'm aiming for the upper plate of the Mutsu. Oh, I forgot I have HE. Oh, no, I aimed for the bow. There we go. I aimed for the bow to set that last fire. Look at me, making big brain plays. It's been a while since I've played this map, so it's not fresh in my memory. But anyways, so now we're loading AP again. Hopefully we can get Citadels. But notice how I'm moving back into the center. So at this point, right here, you have an option. You can either sit here in this location and wait for the cruisers to come by one, and you use the island to help protect you, and you can get the broadsides of cruisers. Or you can charge in ahead, and now you're going to be close to them. Now what I'm going to do is because there's two Fusos, I'm going to be going around to the left. And the Fusos specifically are why I will be going to the left. If it was 5 cruisers, I would be sitting here and waiting for them to come to me. But because of the 2 Fusos, well, that and, well, 2 of the cruisers are down already. Because if it's 10, and if it's 5 cruisers, then you will burn down very well. You will be well done. But with the Fusos, you can just bow tank in a tier 8 battleship. Not battle cruiser, no, battleship. Yeah, I went to put my secondaries on it, but instead it got deleted. Oh well. Now we'll focus on the other Fuso. And the good thing about the French guns is, even though they're 380s, they do have their high velocities to so easy to aim, and their high penetration. Yeah, and then we have a Fubuki, so yeah, we have 2 destroyers on this team, so that things are going smoothly. I played another game that was pretty much like this afterwards, but in a division, and pretty much the same route, much better results, but we also didn't have 2 destroyers on the team. So from here you don't want to go too far, and what we're going to focus on is the convoying ships, since the second wave is already dealt with. Destroyers on this point in time want to actually go up to A4 to go ahead and help take care of the battleships. We'll just sit here and take citadels off of cruisers. Yeah. Just looking at it, making sure, watching it until it dies. Now we have an Alba. And these ones, Alba actually has a thin nose, so it's even better to shoot through the nose of them with battleship caliber guns. So we're letting the fire burn because then Alba will just shoot AP, and we're not going to take that much damage since he ran aground to the wreck. Yeah, you see, it only took one turret. Although we could have used the repair button, we're just saving it just in case. There we go, another citadel on the Myoko. Possibly two, and one was an overpen. That happens when something overpen hits. And we got two citadels there. So I'm typing, I got shores. You can see my extremely slow typing speed. Extremely slow. So I typed that. I'm heading for shores. I have my engine boost running. And well, here's another wonderful thing about this operation. The transports can pick up shores. So if the transports are on the way and shores dies near one of the transports, you might not actually have to go get them. So there, the commander of the shores was picked up by a transport, which is even better because we're here to protect them. When I say better, I mean it makes more sense. Because if the player who picked up shores sinks, then nothing happens. You've just technically failed to save him. But if you're protecting the transports and the transports make it, then yeah, obviously. And there, at 19 kilometers, you see French dispersion. One hit. Everything else splashed around. And since the destroyers are up there, and they have those two that at Nagato's pretty much handled, we've already swapped our target to the Amagi. Oh, remember when I was talking about the Zeiton earlier? I don't remember what he did in the first section, but there's was Zeiton right next to us. Also has better accuracy. Only 2 fewer guns, but a lot better accuracy. Also, less armor. In the nose. Oh, there we go. There's a citadel on Amagi. And, you know, I thought 2 destroyers, both Nagatos, would be dead. Usually that's the case. 1 destroyer can usually handle them pretty quickly. So I thought with 2, they'd both be dead. Instead, we're taking fire from Nagato. And it's better to take fire from, 8 guns. There we go. 8 guns rather than 10, and Amagi's a little bit more accurate than Nagato, I think. So now we're up here, we're taking fire. So I'm looking at Kabi, because Kabi is the fastest one. And Amagi's bowing, and we can't overmatch Amagi's bow. But Kabi's giving a nice broadside, so we're focusing on that. And hopefully the destroyer can get that, because we can get the Amagi, because we definitely cannot. So now what we're doing, we're in a position of tanking, where we actually put the fire out right away because we need the time. So we're focusing on Kabi because Kabi is the biggest threat to the transports, and then we're making sure that everything else is firing at us. And this is the battleship job in Aegis, is to be shot at. at the very end. You want to preserve your health so that you can be shot at the end, like that. And even though we died, the op is going well. Kabi's dead, and now Zaitan's in the position. So we did well. We got good damage in. I don't think we're going to get a Magi this round, and that's the only difference. Is, but right now it's a lot harder to get 5 stars. So if you don't get the 3 battleships, that's fine. That's usually the star that's missed. Don't fret too much over it. So as we see, we didn't get all 3 battleships. Yushi, Senshi, and Ko Sotsu. Their names are the only ones in this operation that actually have meaning. If you're interested, it's on the wiki in one of the subnotes. It's all about them being warriors. Anyways, we had 59 shell hits with 200k damage. Overall, a pretty good battle, especially in Richelieu. You notice the secondary battles, secondary didn't really do much. We had over 1 million potential. Back to our tanking. We weren't top of the board, but we were close. Only 3 kills, but 11 citadels. There we go. That's our money maker. Anyways, that is Richelieu in Aegis. Well, pretty much any fast battleship, any battleship without torpedoes that doesn't go 25 knots or less can do something similar. In fact, we didn't even really need the speed in this operation. So any battleship with more guns in its front than its rear would work well doing something similar and just bowing into targets, maybe using the rear turret here and there at other targets. But yeah, if you have any questions, or there's a specific ship or operation that you would like me to showcase, please let me know in the comments and I'd be glad to. And I hope to see you next week. Like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. Have a good one.